We're
Hello.
back.
What? We're
We're
here.
back. We're
Y'all,
back.
it's
Ah!
we're back and we're live. We're back and we're live.
What?
What are we doing live in the middle of the day? Hello?
Well, we decided to
Morning.
go live.
I mean, we're here. Y'all, it's Love Island season 7. The premiere happened last night, and wow, I was so excited. So excited to talk about it. I'm so excited to jump right in. Even though they delayed y'all. I know they delayed y'all 45 minutes last night with this premiere, and I don't know what happened. Very glad I wasn't looking around and watching
I
when
was
it
gonna
dropped.
say, we were filming at the time that it dropped, so I'm like, I'm glad we weren't amongst the
The
I'm glad
people
we
who
weren't
were
amongst the people who were affected by
upset,
such things.
absolutely.
Apologies to y'all.
Peacock, get it
Uh
together because tonight I will be on time, and I need you to
do do
be
do do
on
do
time.
do do do
Oh,
do it on time.
do better, Peacock. Do better. But okay, because I will not be held up tonight for Love Island, so get it together. But
Regardless, I'm excited.
hello, regardless, hello. Welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Purr. I am drinking a little bit of water because hydration is important. And I also have my cup mug because I always do. And you can get your cup mug at lamajuicecreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup merch, period.
And hi, I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. It is a premiere, and I'm very excited. I needed to quench my thirst today, so I am drinking a Coke Zero, and that's where I'm
Purr.
at, and that's what I'm doing. We got a lot to talk about, Lana. Let's
We got
dive
let's
into
dive.
all of it.
We will do all of that, but before we do, we need you to do us a favor. If you're watching right now, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching us later on, hit the subscribe button because we are on a mission here at the Cup TV and around across all of our network, the Cup Network, to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. So help us out. Hit the subscribe button on this channel, all and all of our other channels. All the links to those channels will be in the description below. And our audio podcast links is down there as well. And our Patreon, we got a lot of fun things happening on our Patreon. Things is going on. Happy Pride Month for all who celebrate because a lot of things are going on our Patreon for Pride Month. So therefore, we want you to join our Patreon and get some fun things and have have fun with us behind the scenes and things like that. And follow us on all of our socials. Do all the things to say you support us. We appreciate you. I'm rushing through this because I want to talk about Love Island because,
Do
baby,
it, Lana. We're here for it. We're doing it. Let's do it.
let's get into it because, y'all, Love Island was the premiere happened,
It did.
and and I know that there were some things that we found out before the episode started, some things about some of the contestants, and I was wondering if things were going to be addressed. Certain things were going to be addressed, and indeed
Uh-huh.
they were. I'm
Very
ex
happy to hear it.
I'm very
Very happy to
excited.
hear it and see it. And yeah, I, you and I were both a little bit intrigued. Like, let's elephant in the room. What's his face? I don't even remember his name at this point. I don't care about the man anymore. Um, glad things were brought up.
But well, that wasn't brought up.
Oh, it wasn't.
No, that wasn't brought up. Of course, that's not going to be brought up. We're
I
talking about
rush
two
watched this
separate things.
episode. I rush watched this episode in 2 hours, y'all. So this entire episode is a blur to me. So
Anyway, what I was talking about was the Ace and Shelly of it all. But
oh yes. I don't
because
know what that's
see, you
about.
don't know the tea. So here's the tea. Apparently, Ace and Shelley knew each other. Of course, they brought it up on the show. They met before they got on the show at a club outside of a club in New York City. She was there for her birthday. He was there for a trip. They just happened to meet. They vibed with each other. And then, but he lives in LA. She lives in Orlando. So it was kind of just like two strangers passing in the night. Never thought, but then they start talking to each other on Instagram, that sort of thing. And then they end up on the show together. That's kind of interesting how that worked out. Um, I'm going to have to bring you in because I didn't. Yeah, bring yourself in or whatever. We're going to bring it up because we're going to talk about this cast this season. First, let me just say this. This cast thus far, for the most part, most of them I like. A few of them, a couple of them, I'll just say a couple of them, they can go. And we know why. If you don't know why, just know one of them disrespects Black women on a regular basis on their TikTok and Instagrams and Twitter posts and all of that stuff. And the other one decides that she can just use the N-word whenever she wants to. And so I'm not a fan of her. So we'll talk, but whatever. You're muted, so we can't hear what you're saying.
I silenced myself. Jesus Christ, I'm a mess today. I didn't know about the second one. I'm so out of the loop. Lana, you know me. I'm out of the loop. I'm a Love Island casual, okay?
Well, let me bring you up to speed.
Please, 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 please. I need to be up to speed here.
Because just what Austin
I knew about the first one.
He is what he is, and Trump supporter. We don't support that here on this here podcast. But also Yulissa is a Trump supporter and she decides she's going to just use the N-word on podcasts whenever she feels like it. And you know what, girlie? You get no time for me. So no, not a fan of that either. But everybody else, I like.
I'm like, I at least am enjoying for the most part so far. Yeah, those were the two people that like were blah.
They were blah.
Mm-hmm.
It was another blah one, but we'll talk about her later. For me.
We will talk about her later.
But let's get into the girlies because they come in first into the villa. Oh, did you have something else to say? I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Go for it.
Oh, okay. Let's get into the girlies because they come into the villa first. And our first people coming into the villa is the beautiful Shelley and Olandria. They come in together. And I said, Love Island producers, I see what you're doing. I see you. I know what you're doing. I'm not mad at what you're doing. I appreciate what you're doing. But I know what you're doing because you saw the success of Janae and Serena and how people just loved them and how they loved each other from the moment they saw each other on the show. You wanted to recreate a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I see you, but I like seeing that, so I'm not gonna be mad at it. You continue to do that if you want to do that. I'm not mad at it.
I'm not gonna argue.
No. If you go put two beautiful chocolate melanated sisters on my screen like this at a time, I'm not going to argue.
I'm going to say my standout for the entire episode is Olandria. I think personality, and we thought that from the cast assessment, truly, but just personality, energy, beauty. I love Shelley too. Very excited to get to know Shelley more. But Olandria for me is just she is the it girl right now. She is the it girl of the villa right now. And there's a couple of other girls that are coming for her, not necessarily coming for her, but are elevating themselves to her level. Mm-hmm. But right now, for me, she is the it girl of the villa, and I love her for it.
I'm a fan of these two. I want nothing but the best for these two. I enjoy them on the show this episode so far. So I'm like, okay, cool. Cool. We also have coming in behind them, which I see what you do in Love Island. Huda. Huda comes in, and I see what you do in Love Island. We trying to create another PPG moment. I see what you do. I'm not mad at the PPG moment reference, but I see what you're doing. I understand what you do.
We see what's going on here. Don't try to force it, though. I don't need
Don't
you to
force
force
it.
it.
It
I don't
wasn't
need you to force
forced last
it.
season. We don't need to. I see what you're doing. Let's just be more organic. Let it happen organically. But
Yeah.
Huda comes in. Love Huda. She's
Lovely.
gorgeous. We have a moment with Huda and Alandria and Shelly on the couch where Huda tells them that she's a mom. And
Love.
she's like, I'm a mother, she's 4, but don't tell anybody. This is my secret to tell. I'd rather wait.
Right.
And I was like, okay, yeah, you can, whatever you decide to do about your child, that's your business. I do hope she tells people sooner rather than later, especially the person
Yeah.
who she links up with eventually.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later. But Huda seems lovely, she's gorgeous, body is tea. She's
Oh,
she's incredibly, she's beautiful. Love Huda.
a big fan already. I love that. I love that she came in and she was like, "No, I want my girls to have this information,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to be able to share that I'm a mom, with people at my own volition.
Mm-hmm.
Like I need to be able to tell someone, but let me just have my little piece of mind here." And
Right.
I like her for that. I like her for
Right.
that.
They know it. She knows it. And she's like, that's all I need to know right now. And I'm going to keep it together until I need to share that information with others. And I'm not mad at her for doing that. I'm not mad at her for doing that.
Not at all. Not at all.
But then our last two girlies come into the villa, and it is Isabel dash no, Isabella and Isabella and Melissa. Bella, of course, a white. She comes in, she's so bubbly. She's so bubbly. And so like Bella is
Bella.
so
I
bubbly.
love Bella. I love Bella.
I think Bella is so like I think that's just who she is, that bubbly, lovely, like, oh my God, happy all the time. And she says that she's like, I know my friends are probably like, girl, enough is enough. And I would be that friend, like, girl, calm it down a little bit too much. Not too much. Not too much. But I would still love like having her around. She's very sweet. She's a sweetheart of a girl. Love her down. Well, I like her. I like her.
I worry already. This is my hot take for the first episode. I worry that Bella might end up being the girl that ends up being too much immediately for a lot of the guys. And like because I don't feel that way about her personally, but I don't know if she's gonna come off as a very strong personality very quickly with a lot of the guys. And I worry, is she going to end up being the girl that can't find a connection until like mid-season? Like, I'm a little bit worried about that for Bella.
I'm more worried about her not finding the connection at all because she is
I mean,
moving
yeah.
way too slow for the people who are in that house.
And
And I
I
get it.
understand why.
I get it.
I love her coming in with her morals. I
Mm-hmm.
love that she's a Christian, and I love that is what she is putting at the forefront of her for this experience. I think that's so unique and different for the Love Island experience, and I
This
have
is
so
Love
much
Island.
respect for her.
But this is Love Island.
But this is Love Island, baby. I agree with you completely. Like, that is where I'm a little bit concerned for Bella, but I
Mm-hmm.
love her personality, and I think she's so sweet and lovely that I'm just like, oh, Bella, I don't want. I'm worried. I'm worried for our dear sweet Bella, just a little, and not just a little bit, a lot
A lot of it.
actually,
A lot
a
of
lot
it.
of
A
it.
lot of it. I'm worried
Unfortunately,
about Bella. And I mean, it's already happening in this
yeah.
episode, but I'm concerned with her because I understand you having your morals and your what you choose to do, and I respect that. But you wrote what you signed up for, and you know what this is about. So I think she should have went to Christian Mingle if she was instead of coming on Love Island. I don't know. That's just me, but I love her. I do adore her. I think she's sweet and she's beautiful. But
I think it's unique though to have someone like Bella on a Love Island experience though, and I'm glad that we're seeing a woman like her with her faith and
mhm.
with this kind of energy in the villa like this. I think it's so completely unique and different. I'm a really big fan of having someone like Bella here. I don't know how she's going to do ultimately, and like you said, we kind of see it in the episode. She is moving at a snail's pace, and everyone else in here is playing, for lack of a
Love
better term,
Island.
playing the game of Love
They're
Island.
playing Love Island.
So I am a little worried, a lot worried, but I really like Bella,
I do
and I don't
too.
even really want to talk about the other girl, so we can just move
We won't.
on.
And we move on to the boys because before the boys come in, Ariana comes in looking amazing. I've been looking for pictures of
Love
Ariana
her.
in her first look and I couldn't find one. But Ariana looks T. She body
Oh
T.
yeah,
She looks amazing. I
mermaid,
love how
mermaid.
she came in looking amazing. And she comes in and she has a conversation with the girls like, I want to help you on this journey, but how do we get, I want to help you, so but we have to get to know each other. So they started getting to know each other and talking about what they are looking for and what kind of men they want. And, we talked about people's past relationships and what their future relationships would look like. And it was just, a good moment. But then the guys start trickling in, and I will say my favorite two guys came in first, and it was Ace and Nick. And
Okay,
I am a fan of Ace and Nick. I think
yeah.
I now here's my thing though. When I say this, I will preference this with I never trust men on these shows. Never do I trust these men on these shows until they show me that they could be trustworthy. So I am always like a little hesitant about the guys. I know you can be mad at me if you want and saying that's not fair, but these guys have not shown me. Men on these shows have not shown me that I can just trust them right out the gate without getting my feelings hurt later on. So I will be very hesitant about trusting them, but I do like them. I think these are my favorite out of the guys that came in. Well, two of my favorites. And I think they're so cute. Like Nick is so cute. Ace is so cute. I think Ace maybe has some F boy tendencies, so I'm not ruling that out for him yet. Nick
Was he the one that said no? That was
Jeremiah,
Jeremiah. That was like 75%
three
good.
fourths,
Okay,
3/4
okay.
of a
Well,
great
maybe
guy.
they both have 3/4 good boy.
Great guy. I don't know, but I think Nick he's sweet. He seems very, mild mannered, but for him to be an adrenaline junkie, he's very chill. So I was like, okay, he seems real
Nick
cool.
genuinely surprised me in this
Hmm.
episode. I think I was
Hmm.
the most pleasantly surprised by Nick. Um, when he said his friends would describe him as feral,
Right,
I was like, okay. I was not expecting that energy. But then also hearing that A, he's a nurse,
right.
and B, he's younger. He's the youngest guy, I believe.
No, he's 24.
Oh, is what's his face
Ace
the
is
youngest?
22.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ace is youngest.
yeah, Ace is
Okay.
22.
Regardless, he's a younger guy for Love Island typically. And to
Yes.
hear him come in and say immediately, I want to find someone to take care of. I said, okay, now that's a man. Now that's a man. Okay, I'm on board with the Nick experience here. Now I
Hmm.
agree with you. I'm a little tentative with men on Love
Hmm.
Island, a little bit
Hmm.
less so than you are, Lana. because I see where you're at and I understand and I agree with you. Nick, though, really surprised me with his VT, with his actions in this episode. I just felt like the way he went about this entire premiere was very good. And I don't know what I was expecting from Nick, but I was pleasantly surprised by Nick throughout this entire premiere.
Yeah. I like Nick. I think Nick is going to do some very interesting things. I can't wait to see what that is. I already like where his head is at in this game, so we'll talk about that. But I like Nick and I like Ace, and then that's when we saw the whole Ace and Shelly thing play out where they met and they talked about it, and yeah. But we then move on because in walks Taylor, who is also one of my favorites. Love Taylor.
Love Taylor.
Love
The fact
Taylor.
that he said, I have 4 horses, and the last one I just call Lil Butt.
No, Pinch. Pinch.
Oh, Pinch.
He said, because he got a little butt, so I call him Pinch. Baby, I died. I was like, stop, not Pinch.
I told you, give me the cowboy.
I love it.
I want the cowboy. I'm obsessed with him.
Love Taylor. He walked in.
I think he's my favorite guy. I'm gonna say it. I think he's my favorite guy. I just like his energy, his outfit, like that. Oh, that blazer he was wearing, the black and red blazer, baby. I lived for it. I love every single thing. His demeanor, his energy, his charisma. Like, he's got charisma out the ass. The pinch, if you will.
The way he came skipping in, I was like, okay.
I love every single bit of this man.
I love Taylor. I was like, fan. I think fan. I like how he's just so very cowboy, very country, very, yes, ma'am. I just enjoyed him on my screen, and I enjoyed his just laid backness and how he was just like, he was young too. He young too, but he's a rodeo he's a rodeo competitor, and he's in veterinarian school, so he wants to work on horses. I'm like, I love that for him. I love Taylor. I was a fan of Taylor. And then our last 2 guys walked in, and it is Austin and Jeremiah.
Okay.
Jeremiah, he's a good-looking man. He's a good-looking man.
Jeremiah's fine.
He's a good-looking man.
Very good-looking man. I have nothing negative to say about Jeremiah at this point.
Not right now.
No.
I think he alright. Austin.
Yeah, I agree with that. Austin, bye. He alright. Jeremiah, though, he alright. He is nice to look at.
Yeah. And so we do have the coupling ceremony happen. And they did a little twist with this coupling ceremony.
At random.
I mean, it was like, okay, we knew we had to put them in the couples, but we didn't know how we were going to put them in a couple. And Ariana just really felt the need to be like a little devilish this episode and give us twist on twist. So here's the first twist of the twist. She decides that the guys are going to stand on the hearts. Again, the girls pick first. I thought this year the guys were going to pick first, but this year the girls pick first again. But they get to pick, and then they get to go and kiss 2 guys that they would want to particularly be in a couple with, and then choose between the 2. And I was like, when will we start doing this?
On Love Island USA Season 7, that's what we do.
I was like, oh, okay then. So we're going to do that. But you pick between the 2 who you're going to kiss, who you want. But that guy is not just off the table. He could still be stolen if another girl comes and kisses him and wants him. So, yeah.
I ain't too mad at the way that this went down, honestly. I think it adds, We were promised twists on twists on twists. That's what Ariana, and frankly, that's also what Miss Maya Jama is promising over on the Love Island UK.
Mm-hmm.
Love seeing Maya Jama back on my Instagram feed. Very excited for that as well. But I'm like, okay, we're getting some twistos twists up in here. I wasn't too mad at the way that this went down, to be honest with you.
I mean, I had my preference on how I wanted it to go down.
Well, yes.
And we'll talk about it. But we do see that Shelly gets first pick. And Shelly goes, and her first kiss is to Austin, which I was like,
sorry, girl, you don't know.
I was like, girl, no,
She
run.
didn't know.
She don't know, but I was like, girl, run.
She don't know.
Girl, run.
It felt like the music video with the hurricane when it's like, run.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
thankfully.
Please. But she goes and then she kisses Ace. And so she decides that after the 2 kisses, her choice is going to be Ace. So we're like,
shocking.
No one ever. No one.
No shade, Shelly. Love you, girl.
No one was shocked by that choice because that was the correct choice. Yeah, that was the correct choice. But then, so the next person to pull was Huda. Huda gets pulled, and she kisses Jeremiah, and she kisses Ace.
Ace, yeah.
So another kiss for Ace. 2 kisses for Ace so far.
Wow.
So after the 2 kisses,
don't worry, it keeps going from there.
She kisses. After 2 kisses there, she picks Jeremiah.
Sure.
So Jeremiah is her choice, and Jeremiah is very happy with the choice. He's literally dancing off the heart. He's so excited about the choice. He's very happy. So then up next, we had Belle-A. And Belle-A decides to kiss Nick and Taylor. But then she decides to kiss them on the cheek. She says, cheek me, kiss me on the cheek. And then you kiss me on this cheek. And then that is it.
Okay.
And so then she chooses Nick to be in a couple with. And everybody's like, okay. Nick is okay. And so then after that, it was Alandria's turn. And she kisses Taylor. And she kisses Nick. Good kisses. Hot, steamy kisses. But eventually she picks Taylor. I'm like,
Period.
That's what I wanted. And last but certainly definitely not least, as you listen, and here's where I get annoyed.
Couldn't have made it easy, girl. You couldn't have just made it easy.
She goes and she kisses Ace first. And then she goes to kiss Jeremiah, and Jeremiah said, I kiss you on the cheek.
Jeremiah knew.
Jeremiah was like, I don't want her to steal her from me.
Jeremiah knew.
But Ace was not that smart at that point. He was like, kissed her down. So 1 kiss, but if you were keeping tally, 3 kisses for Ace, 2 kisses for Jeremiah, 2 kisses for Nick and Taylor, and 1 kiss for Austin. Austin is standing there all alone with no one, and Ulysses picks Ace, stealing Ace.
Tomato.
My thing is, girl, How you on a podcast saying the N word left and right and left and right and left and right, and then all you want to go pick is black men?
Exactly.
So you think because you are attracted to black men, you can just say what you want?
Yes, that
You
is
think your
exactly what
your
she thinks,
proximity to
Lana.
blackness, you could just say no.
Yes, Lana, I think that is exactly what she thinks.
She
Honestly.
she will learn as soon as she get out the villa that that is not the case.
Oh, 100%. But absolutely, that is 100% what she thinks. Now, do I think that couple's gonna last? No,
Absolutely not,
because
because
he ain't into her.
he ain't into her at all. But here are the couples, like I said, Jeremiah and Huda.
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm so into this couple immediately. I'm so into these two together. I think they look adorable together.
I think they do look adorable together, but I think they are doomed. They are doomed. They are
I don't
doomed.
disagree with you, but
I like them together, but they are doomed because they are love bombing each other already.
I
And that is not going to
know.
last.
I
And
know.
and she okay, we'll talk. Let's
I
talk about it.
know.
Is
Yeah.
it the love bombing is one thing that because they I do think they like each other. And I love that they like each other already and they're immediately attracted to each other. I love that for them. Love that for them. My problem is both of them are doing too much and too little at the same time. Like too much. Oh my god, we have this coming. Oh my god, we got everything coming. Everything. I really like him. I really like. Oh my god, I really like him. Too little. You're not. If you like him so much and you're thinking and considering him as someone who you want to be, you owe him that chance to tell him if you have a child. I think you have to tell him because
Immediately, you think.
you have to give him
Okay.
you have to give him permission to decide if this is what he wants. That's just like anything, and I feel that way about everything. I feel that way about couples who have children, couples who might have some kind of disease or infliction that
Yeah.
causes that can be transmitted or that can be,
Yeah.
that's going to affect them for the
Or
rest of their
or even
life.
or even on the other side of that, like if you're still in the middle of a divorce, if
Right.
you
If you're in a
still like
divorce, if,
it, there's
if
a myriad of things. I feel like I do agree with you in a lot of ways.
I'm
Um
not saying she got to tell him day one, night one, immediately right there, but I think it needs to be told. When you start feeling like, okay, maybe I like this guy, he deserves the right to have a chance to say, yes, I want this, or no, I don't want this. Because you don't want somebody to get all up in their feelings and
exactly.
then you drop that bomb on them, and that's a deal breaker for them. It
I
could
hope
be.
I hope we see Huda take the initiative of that if she feels like she's really into this guy. I hope we
Absolutely.
see her take, and it's only still episode 1. Anything is
Yes,
possible.
absolutely.
I do hope that we get to see. Um, I really, really hope we get to see her, with whoever she ends up with, whether it be Jeremiah or somebody else. I really do hope that she takes that opportunity to be honest up front
Mhm.
with those things and just let whoever it is know. I do agree with you. I'm worried for these two for all of the reasons that you brought up. But I keep going back to just seeing their little moments that we get, the small moments that we got throughout this episode. We didn't get a whole lot from them outside of their like individual moments that we got, because obviously we got individual moments from everyone in this premiere. Um, Outside of their moments, we didn't get a whole lot of them, but like the little moments we got to see from them in like the group moments,
Mhm.
I liked seeing their interactions, and I think they're cute, and
Mhm.
I do like this couple a lot.
I
So
do.
I would like to see them work, but I do have the same concerns that you do for sure.
Absolutely. And then Nick and Bella.
I am not mad at this
I'm
couple.
not mad at the couple. I'm just concerned about the couple
Let's talk about it.
because I feel like Nick came in with a whole different gameplay about how going about. He came in with the idea of having fun, making out, hooking up, maybe not having sex, but just, he's a touchy person. He said it himself. Physical touch is one of what he loves, and that's just something about him. And I fear that Belle is going to want to pull it back because that's not, her morals. Now, she does like to cuddle, which is interesting. She's a cuddly person. I think she is about touch, but I think what I have hope for them is that she'll be able to attract him enough where he'll bring it down to her level a little bit, and he'll be able to elevate her into feeling more comfortable with him, and they'll be able to find that common ground and meet in the middle. I think they're so cute together. I think they're so cute together, but I also like Nick with somebody else, and I'm just like, um,
And that is.
that is Alondria.
Oh no! Lana, no!
I do.
Lana,
I
no!
love Taylor. I love Taylor, and I want somebody for Taylor. And if it's Alondria, I love that for them because they are so comfortable together. We were talking about them, but when I saw the little interactions between Nick and Alondria, I was like, I can see that too. I can see it too. I wouldn't mind it. But
I see it. Yeah, I think it's certainly interesting. I'm intrigued.
mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued by this couple,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm interested to see more. And that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Then we do have Alondria and Taylor. I like them.
My
I
favorite
like
couple.
them.
I don't want them to break up. Point blank in the period. I want these two together till the end when they win Love Island season 7. Period. Like, this is my couple. This is my couple. This is who I want. This is who I'm rooting for actively, currently, for the foreseeable future until something happens. Like, they are just, the energy between these two is just so good. And what did I say in the cast assessment, Lana? What did I say? Who did I predict coming together and being a couple?
I mean, this was easy.
I'm not saying I called it.
I mean, everybody called it. This was the easiest pairing
Okay,
in the
but I
world.
did too.
You did too. But this was, I knew they were going to connect. They just feel, but see, that's what makes me worried too, because we just feel that they should connect. And I think
the comfortability factor is what I
absolutely.
am also worried about. Yeah.
I think they will be so comfortable that it will become friends instead of a potential relationship. And I feel like Alondria is so much older than he is. She's 30. And I feel like he might not keep her interest as long throughout the entire situation. And if other people come in wanting her, which they will because she is stunning,
Yeah.
I think she might have opportunity, and him too. He's a good looking dude, and I think it's gonna be some girls that's gonna come in who's going to want that. And he's nice, he's laid back, he's driven, he has goals, and I think there's going to be a lot of girls that's going to come in and who's going to like that. So I think they are going to be tested between the two of them, but I also think they could last to the end, and I will be very happy with that if they do, but I wouldn't be mad if they find other people either, because I just really like the both of them.
I like the both of them. I want what is best for both of them.
Absolutely.
Whether it's them together or not.
Absolutely.
Because I think they're both absolute fucking sweethearts in every possible way.
In every way.
So yeah, I agree with you completely there. I just really like the two of them together. But I do agree with you. It's the comfortability factor. It's like, oh no, they're kind of the obvious couple.
Right.
Is it too obvious?
Are
they going to continue to be the obvious couple? Or are we going to see, is there going to be any sort of, shakeup? Are bombshells going to come in? Are they going to be tested? I'm not saying this is a direct copy and paste of Serena and Cordell. I don't
No,
think it's
absolutely
going
not.
to be.
Honestly, I think if we're doing the predictability factor of it all in the they're the complete copy and paste of Taylor and Aaron because they're the obvious couple.
Yeah.
They come together, and I can see them lasting, doing the distance up into Casa, and then Casa ruins everything. I can see that because they are so obviously put together, just like Taylor and Aaron were.
I
So,
definitely see that as well. I see that as well.
but I don't know. We'll see. But the next couple. Okay. Now, am I mad that she stole Ace from Shelly? A little bit. A little bit. I'm not mad at her for doing what she had to do because that was the name of the game.
This is the game.
This is the
We just
game.
don't
It's the
like her.
process. I
just don't like her.
I'm not a fan of her. Period. And so no, I don't want her with Ace. Shelly deserves to be with Ace, and that too I feel is the carbon copy of Cordell and Serena.
And I think I give it one recoupling.
Yep, it's gonna happen.
When they have the choice of
Yeah.
who is going to be in a couple,
He ain't picking her.
He ain't picking her.
He ain't picking her. He ain't picking her. He not picking her. He not picking her. He ain't picking her.
Oh, sorry. Next.
And then Shelly ended up with Austin at the end.
Okay. We may not like him at all.
Look here.
I did like their connection. And I'm like, if this is stable for Shelly to keep Shelly in the game longer, then I'm fine with it for now.
Here's the thing. I'm okay with Austin staying as long as he's with Shelly. But the second he's away from Shelly, get him out of here. Ulyssa can go now. We can get rid of her. And if we have to shuffle the Ace around for a minute until they can get back together, then we shuffle Ace around and then they get back together. Then but she needs to go. She needs to go like yesterday. So there that but so then we have the day. They're talking. Their first night together they had, we saw just Jeremiah and Huda being the only couple making out on night one in the beds together.
That didn't surprise me at all.
Not at all. Oh yeah, absolutely, Esme. She can go. She can go.
Bye.
Period. But Huda and Jeremiah was the only couple that made out that night, which not surprising at all. But everybody else had a great night, slept well, woke up the next morning. Nick brought Belle-A peanut butter toast, even though he can't stand peanut butter. He doesn't like the smell of it. He don't like the taste of it. He don't like the way it looks. He doesn't like peanut butter, but he made her peanut butter toast anyway. And I was like, oh, that's very sweet. Because
also, baby, what do you have against peanut butter?
I mean, I'm not that mad because for a long time in my youth, I hated peanut butter. Hated peanut butter.
Really?
It wasn't until I was very much grown and in college that I realized peanut butter ain't that bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
I hated it for a while. Like, ugh, no, thank you. But he just doesn't like peanut butter, and I don't know if he's allergic to it or not. But he didn't like it. But
I would hope he's not allergic to it.
Right, not especially since he made her peanut butter toast.
That part.
But he made it for her, and she thought it was very sweet, and I was like, that is very sweet because usually if somebody don't like something, he's gonna make it for you. But she was the only one that we saw make breakfast give the breakfast to the girls, but we saw them all making breakfast for everybody, so we just didn't see them giving it to them. We had a little conversation between Nick and Ace about the kisses that went on the date last night and who he ended up with and how he thought Ulyssa was just looking at him like she was hungry. And uh
Hungry is such an out of pocket
it was
term. So fucking out of pocket.
I was like,
Yeah, let me risk my life for a peanut butter sandwich. No.
no,
I
not
like
me,
peanut butter,
baby.
but not that much. No.
Yeah, no, but I don't like it. I don't like it.
Girl.
But he was like,
No.
she looked like she was ready to devour you. He was like, she looked like she was hungry for you and ready to devour you. And he was like, oh my God.
Also,
So,
let me just say this. Because I thought Ace was attractive, in the opening shot, in the
mhm,
promo shot,
uh-huh.
all that
Hmm.
kind of stuff. When we see him in the day-to-day, in the white shorts and the do-rag, and I said, oh, something has changed within me, something is not the same. I said, oh, that's what I needed. And then to see him and Nick playing ping pong, I said, oh, both of them.
Let me tell you when something has changed within me, something is
Please.
not the same for Nick.
Please.
Because, see, I thought Nick was cute in his little promo picture. I thought Nick was cute, you
Very
know,
attractive.
very attractive when he came out in his little black suit. I was like, it's a cute little white boy. He cute. When something changed within me is when when he was going, they were going into his little promo thing and they were going, and he came out the water and said, and those
Uh,
eyes, and that, I said, hold on. Now, wait a minute. I said, now, wait a minute. Nick, you are too young for me to be looking at what you are. But,
he ain't too young for me.
but I was like, okay, okay,
Ooh, ooh.
okay. The Ace, Jeremiah,
Fine.
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 I was like, all y'all, because these promo pictures didn't do them any justice.
These promos, period, didn't do any of these people
Didn't do
justice.
these dudes
Like, y'all,
any
Love
justice
Island,
because
y'all. Hey,
because
Peacock. Hey, Peacock. How y'all doing? Hey. Y'all need to get these fucking promos together for season 8. Come on now. Like,
they're not doing these
your
guys any justice.
Islanders,
Ah,
your Islanders are so much more entertaining, attractive, and fun than you made them out to be in your promos. I'm gonna say that right now.
and I mean, even in the pictures, they're not good pictures because we looked
No,
at these pictures and the guys, and we were like, why
they're
do we have
fine.
these baddie girls and these guys are just heh? But they are not just.
No, no, the guys are great.
Oh, they're good. They're really good. So get
My,
your photographs together and do it right.
uh-huh.
Cause y'all not doing it. Y'all not doing it
Now
right for
come
them.
on now. Now
But
come on now.
we see them enjoying the day, doing what they gotta do. And then they get ready for the evening. They're all looking fabulous, dancing, having a good time. Well, some of them are looking fabulous and having a good time. Some of them look a little bit of a hot mess. Listen, what was that outfit, girl? What was that outfit? What was that short set outfit you had on? That romper room short. What was that? The Hoochie Mama romper room short set.
Well, she's
Girl.
from Miami and she wants to be black, so that's
It
tracks.
is. Don't put that on us. That is not us. That was a
Oh,
horrible.
I'm not
That was
putting it
a.
on y'all. I'm saying she wants to be. That's what she thinks
Oh,
she
oof.
needs to be wearing in order to,
It's
attract
trash.
the masses, and it's nothing of the sort.
Nothing of the sort, honey, because that is trash. It was not cute.
Oh no, never putting that on the black community. I am an ally, and I would never,
But yeah, no,
never in my life.
because that's trash. But yeah. So they're having a good time, and then Ariana comes back. We see Ariana again for the second time in the same
Two times
same.
in one premiere, Ariana. Who are
Who are
you?
you? Looking stunning again as
Oh,
usual.
always.
Like even the guys like, dang, she should be a bombshell. Like Ariana looks great, amazing, stunning. Who would want Ariana Maddox? Um, but she comes out, and again she's being a little and she tells everybody to sit around because we have a little game to play. And she was like, anybody want have she made them put on blindfolds and was like, have you wanted to kiss someone who you're not in a couple with? And we heard earlier throughout the day how some of the guys were wanted to kiss other people, want to get to know other people. Ace pulled Shelly for a talk, and Alyssa was a little. I think they all kind of knew what was going on. Yeah, it was, but they talked, and they let each other know that they still have some attractions and feelings between the two. And I was like, we've been new, but okay. We've been new, but okay. Um, and all of this has been really, really well. Go ahead.
But this good Twistos twist,
Uh-huh.
y'all. This good Twistos twist. So Ariana comes in and she says, hey, you've been in a couple for 42 and a half seconds. Have you wanted to kiss someone that's not in your couple that you've been in for 42 and a half seconds? Go for it.
I was like, Ariana, what? Say what now? Huh?
And the only person who gets to actually experience the whole thing is Ariana.
Yeah.
Because she is the ultimate Love Island fan, and I love her so fiercely.
She blindfolds everybody. Everybody's blindfolded.
She blindfolds everybody. She says, okay, if you want to kiss somebody,
raise your hand.
There's 4
and people. Nick, Shelly, Alandria, and Ace. All raised their hand.
So Nick goes first.
To no surprise, because he's mentioned it in the villa several times, he went and kissed Alandria again. Loves that because he said he wanted to. That's who he wanted to kiss. He enjoyed the kiss between them the first time she kissed him, so she wanted to experience it again. So he kissed her, and she's like, I don't know who it is, but he got stubble at the bottom of his chin, and I want to know who it is.
Hey, that's a good indication, girl.
Mm-hmm.
But then Miss Alandria gets up.
And she kisses Ace. And I was like, oh.
Girly Pop.
I said, oh, okay.
Miss Girly Pop, what you doing?
I'm not mad at it because honestly, they just got here.
Yeah.
They can do, ain't nobody in clothes off, ain't nobody, she just want to see. And I'm like, okay.
It literally is the hand over the throat situation for me that does it for me.
Yeah.
Loved every bit of it. So then we get Ace.
Mm-hmm. Well, we get Shelly first.
Oh, we get Shelly.
Shelly goes and she kisses Ace. No surprise.
Love that.
And then Ace goes and he kisses Shelly. And we're like, yep, no surprise. But then he walks over and he kisses Hunter as well. And I'm
Girly Pop!
Bruh, what are you
doing? He capitalized on the damn game, and Ariana said, and we all said, gag to the gag. For sure. And then,
oh my God.
Because of course, 2 new bombshells have entered the villa. And one of them is British.
I said, oh.
Okay.
Sure.
I ain't mad at it. He's hot.
Yeah.
I think he's fucking hot.
I was like,
I'm into Charlie. I'm very into Charlie.
I need to know more about Charlie. I'm not that into him, but I need to know more. But then, coming hailing from Arizona, Sierra's in the building.
Please don't be a horrible person, Sierra!
Stunningly gorgeous woman.
Gorge. Stunning. Can we also fully acknowledge night 1 of Love Island, no blondes?
None whatsoever.
Not a single
blonde in sight.
Blonde woman.
Now, I'm sure we're going to get several of them later, but for right now...
Sierra looks like a baddie.
And she acted like a baddie, too. And I was like, you better bombshell like nobody ever bombshelled before.
Period. Speak on it, Lana.
Because, baby, she bombshelled, and I loved it. I mean, her and Charlie bombshelled. Like, they did what needed to be done because they got to come in and kiss everybody. They got to go and have rounds of kisses with everybody. So Charlie started us off, and he kissed, and kissed, and it was like... Ooh.
And I love, can we acknowledge as well, I love he went and kissed Belle on the cheek.
Yes, he respected her boundaries. I respect that. I love that.
That's a king. That is a goddamn king.
I love that. I love that for him. I love that she is putting her boundaries. Is like, that's strict for me. It's a no. Don't kiss me. And he respected that. But everybody else, he kissed him down. Same as Sierra. You silenced yourself.
I was gonna say. It's night 1 of Love Island, and we're getting softcore porn already? Baby, Peacock, what are we doing here?
We're giving what the people wanted because Sierra came in, she grabbed Jeremiah, put his hands right on her butt, and kissed him down. And she kissed everybody that way. Everybody's hands was just like, oh. Period. It was... I wasn't mad at it. I was like, this is what I watch Love Island for. I watch it for the couples, for the bombshells to come in and test it and see what happens. And so the bombshells kiss everybody, and then Ariana shoos them to the hideaway. And so they're in the hideaway waiting, and they take off the blindfolds, and Ariana's like, so whoever got kissed, please raise your hand. And everybody's like, oh.
Well,
everybody got kissed. And then it was like, okay, put your blindfolds back on again. They said, because the last people you kissed were 2 new bombshells. And so everybody's shocked about that. They're like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Whatever do you mean? It's night 1. Or night 2, I guess, at this point. Bombshells? What?
And so now Ariana says, if you like the kiss from the bombshells and you want to get to know them, raise your hand. And that's where we get left off. So my question to you, Logan, who raising their hand?
Nick.
Exactly.
I think it's Nick, and I think it's Jeremiah.
You think Jeremiah's raising his hand?
I think Jeremiah is. Jeremiah seemed the most into it for me. Maybe. And we talked about the love bombing with Huda. I feel like Ace and Taylor, I feel like the Ace, Taylor, Alondria, Shelley situation is still being figured out, and they're all so into each other that, like, I think that situation is just going to it's going to be trickle down, situation there. I think it's going to be Jeremiah that goes and finds out with Sierra. No, I'm going to say it's Nick. I don't know. I'm going to say Nick, and I think it's going to be... I'm going to say Nick and Huda. Nick and Huda. That's what I'm saying.
I think Nick, Yulissa.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Because I think she knows. But we did miss one conversation that happened between Huda and Jeremiah because they were talking about their lives and where they live. And They talked about their apartment and rent and all that stuff. And Huda had mentioned she lives in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. And Jeremiah mentioned he's getting a roommate in August. So
Mhm.
because rent is expensive, and so he's gonna get a roommate. And she was like, "Yo, I live by myself in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house." And he was like, "What's happening in 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house?" And I might have to pop off. You might have to finish because I have another interview to jump into.
Well, I was going to say we're done. So,
But yeah,
with
that
that, we're going to wrap up. So, thank you very much for joining us for this beautiful, lovely 1-hour Love Island situation. Let us know all your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe, like, share. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about more Love Island. With that being said, subscribe, like, share, hit the buttons, get your cup merch, lanagcreation.etsy.com. With that being said, we are going to pop off of here. So, do. Cheers.